Mountain God needs no donations, only worship please. Chapter 16 Fan Fiction by Azazyel. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for listening and patreon.com/Azazyel to read all of his stories. Reimu was hysterically giggling as she literally rolled on a small pile of yen coins, the currency of Gensokyo. I won't have to eat Marissa's nasty mushrooms for a few years if I ration this money well. Reimu huffed as she attempted to straighten up her appearance after the shameful display she made rolling around and smelling the small pile of coins. She could never be sure if someone was watching her, and although she typically didn't care if someone like Suika at Mooch saw her lazing around, she didn't want someone like Yukari or Keine coming up from the human village catching her acting crazy lest they send her to that weird Buddhist temple in the name of clearing her mind or whatever. I need to rob those damn Marissa goddesses at some point. They have been here in Gensokyo for only a couple of years, and they are already probably the richest people other than the actual merchants in the human village. Reimu groused as she enjoyed the one luxury she was able to steal from Yukari's house in that dimensional space. A kotatsu that's powered off magic and not electricity or coals being stuffed into a metal cage beneath the table. Damned Yukari always has the good stuff. Actually, should I try to get another brick from that Marissa guy? Reimu muttered, but then slouched and dropped her head with a thud upon the table as she groaned, remembered all the failures at breaking into the barrier, as not even her float ability allowed her to bypass that stupid barrier, so she couldn't exterminate that damned god. A gentle rapping rang out as someone knocked on the wooden door leading into the backyard, and Reimu mentally groaned at someone coming over bringing some problem for her to solve. She clapped her hands enfolding the pile of money with magic, and it floated into a locked drawer that had a large number of seals and paper talisman plastered all over it, so if someone not human touched it, they would be fried by all the power running through the shrine. Hey Reimu, me, Alice, and you were invited by those vampires at the Scarlet Mansion to discuss some sort of super plan to raid the yokai mountain. Marissa's voice carried from outside. Reimu's head shot up hearing the words. Come in, Marissa. For a moment Reimu was ecstatic at the thought of nabbing hundreds of those golden bricks, but it would certainly be more trouble than it was worth if so many yokai got divine level tools to cause troubles with. Marissa strut in with her broom looking repaired from when she attempted to pierce the barrier with her broom acting like a spear but failing and almost snapped in half. Oh. Is that a new broom? She asked teasingly, and Marissa's full body twitched as her carefree grin froze. Huh, Reimu, but who was the one who spent more than a couple dozen hours trying to pierce the barrier only to fail every time, and then when you tried to go through old hell you got clapped by the oni who are worshipping whoever the hell made rivers of sake? Marissa then reached behind her and into her space pocket and slapped down an urn, and after opening it Reimu's nose twitched at the powerful sake flavor. Speaking of which. Damn, Reimu, wait a couple of weeks before you go exterminate whoever made those sake rivers, as this is the best sake I have tried before. Marissa cheered, toasting the poor fool who inevitably was going to punish the person who made the sake rivers and had them changed back. Humph, no way in hell am I going to be able to get the guy who did it, and if I did those damn oni will for sure burn down my temple, as even Suika hasn't been mooching off me because she has been drowning herself in those damn rivers. Reimu rolled her eyes, remembering the pain of literally hundreds of screaming onis attacking and chasing her through old hell as she tried to get around the barrier, and that was including the likes of Yuki and Suika attacking her after she tried to seal away the sake rivers. Wait, a guy did it. Marissa wasn't dumb, and she had certainly already heard about the new mountain god that took residence on Yokai Mountain, and with the connection said mountain had with the massive tunnel into old hell, it was almost a certainty that the god's fingers stretched over to control old hell to make sure he didn't need to worry about the onis trying to attack his tunnel into old hell, as they would be too drunk and honestly worshipping him, and angering the god could make the onis lose their infinite sake. Marissa groaned as she slapped her knee. Well damn, I guess that ruins plan A for trying to get through old hell into the god's domain. Oh well, we already got that moon rabbit princess to promise her assistance in making some kind of tunnel through moonlight and entering through that. Reimu could only look at Marissa in disdain, knowing how troublesome all the characters she was working with and how unlikely anything was going to go as planned. And what do you plan on doing if you even get into that barrier? She asked sarcastically. Marissa smugly scratched her nose as she put her other hand against her hip. We plan on beating up the mountain god, and Patchouli has a spell that will be able to teleport that huge cathedral. Reimu blinked in surprise hearing the words and could only smooth out some of her hair that was still a bit messed up from her rolling around. Why would you steal his home though? She asked wryly before facepalming as she remembered how Marissa was a damned kleptomaniac who would commonly steal books or other magical reagents from people with the excuse that they were just borrowed and could taken back when she died. Marissa shrugged to the priestess's question. I don't know all the details, just that the head midget vampire wants to have some sort of leverage of sorts when she asks a favor of the mountain god for something. At that, Reimu threw Marissa out of her house as she didn't want to be the damn instigator for a change for an incident. She soon went back to rolling around in her money, dreaming of well-cooked restaurant meals she could buy at the human village. Reimu later was found by Yukari passed out with the empty jar of booze Marissa left behind, and a pile of money was stolen by someone as she was drunk, sending the Miko on a rampage through Gensokyo in search of it.